Hi, Story Gordon here. Welcome. Today's topic is success. If you look it up in the dictionary, you'll find success is the accomplishment of an aim or purpose. It's that simple, but it's not easy because we have to have an aim or a purpose, a goal to accomplish. And those keep changing. I've been around a long time. We all begin the same. A single cell, barely visible to the naked eye, with a strand of DNA that's similar to but different from all the others before or coming. Success is what we do to live as the originals we really are. I would add one provision, and that is that true success occurs when we are more helpful than not. Sometimes that's hard because what helps in one way may harm in another. My background is engineering, both by mindset, education, and to some extent my career. As such, models are a very important part of my life. I create structures for complicated issues, and success is a complicated issue. If you read about success, you'll find everybody has a different view. And that's because we're all originals. None of us are exactly the same. So our success will be different. Also, we're not the same today as we were yesterday, which means our success today will be a little different than it was yesterday. Here's my success model. It has 6 parts, each of them coalescing with the other 5. First is a premise. What I see success being in my life. You might say, okay, it's a mission and a vision. Well, that works for some people, but maybe not others. My suggestion is take time to complete this sentence stem. I will be successful when I have, then complete the sentence. Our successes run in strings. How many successes have you had today? I woke up, got up, cleaned up, got dressed, had breakfast, wrote in my journal, checked my email, browsed the internet, a few other things, and now I'm cutting this video. Each one of those was a success. So we need a premise. I will be successful when I. Next, there are success fundamentals. We succeed by living according to the fundamentals, and I see 5. First, desire. I have to want to be successful. Second, I need to be motivated. That is, I need reasons to achieve that success. Third, I need to make a commitment. It takes time and energy to accomplish something. Next, I need to be competent, to achieve a certain level of excellence that's satisfying. And fifth, finally, anytime we try to achieve something new that's beyond our experience to date, we may become discouraged or disappointed, want to give up. So the 5th one is persistence. But what are the dimensions of success? I see 3, a triad. The first 2, achievement and behavior, or doing and being, have been reviewed and discussed and examined by seers, sages, philosophers, and others for years, millennia. What we do and who we are being while we're doing it. Those 2 are basically the 2 sides of the success coin. But there's a third one, our worldview, how we see ourselves, how we see others, how we see everything else that we perceive. With those 3 in mind, the next one then is the questions. We're on a quest for success. The way we satisfy that quest is by answering 5 questions that I've come to believe are the sequence of success. First, what's it about? What's what about? Everything that's important. Next, who am I? Who am I in this scheme of things? Next, where am I going? What is my course? What is my journey? Next, who will go with me? Who are my fellow travelers? Who do I want to be with? And who will encourage me to my success? Then finally, having answered those 4, the 5th, how will I participate in life successfully by being more helpful than not? As I mentioned earlier, we change. In As You Like It, Shakespeare had Jacques say, we'll go through 7 ages in our lives. Infant, schoolboy, lover, soldier, justice, retiree, and a second childishness. Eric Hoffer thought that our lives unfolded in stages of 13 years. When I put those together and check, that's about how mine has gone. I've gone through 6 stages and I'm now into the 7th stage. The first, of course, is childhood, then adolescence. The third then happens around 26, what I call individuation, that the body is mature biologically, the mind is mature mentally. This mind and body maturity now creates a desire to live as who we really are, to be the original that has been created. That happens for me for about 13 years. When at 39, I had a major life change due to unforeseen circumstances. But I'm not alone. History shows us that many people have gone through a serious change somewhere around 40. Lincoln was elected to Congress. Mother Teresa formed the Missions of Charity. Bill Gates formed the Gates Foundation. Check on your favorites, and you may find something happens around 40. And I believe that is when our lives have completed, that biologically, mentally, and philosophically, we've come to a point where we see ourselves on a particular path. Stage 4, I call focus. Now that I am almost complete, I can zero in on what I really want to do, and did for about a dozen years. Then another set of circumstances thrust me into a new arena where I narrowed my focus into a more specific path. After about 13 or 14 years of that, I said, okay, my career is done from a material standpoint. It's time for me to contribute. Since I didn't need to make any more money, I retired and became a volunteer in many ways. That lasted until I was 78, when I became restless again. And I asked a friend, what do you do when you feel like you've done everything you wanted to do? She said, share your wisdom. Well, I don't think I have a lot of wisdom, but I have a lot of experience. It's been more than 30,000 days since this journey began as a single cell, somewhere around April Fool's Day, 1937, and birth on January the 1st, 1938. I've had some really good successes and some failures. My first failure was at 13 when my first love dumped me because I was a jerk. But then, about 3 or 4 years later, I met Frances. We fell in love. We were married in 1957. We were married for more than 63 years, which convinces me that our great failures, if we can transcend them, are the grounding for greater success. Another was my profession. I graduated from high school, went to college to be a high school math and science teacher, and failed at college. Going into the Air Force distraught, they put me into a tech school. I graduated high in my class, so did so well they assigned me as an instructor. For 2 years, I taught 6 hours a day, 5 days a week, electronic fundamentals and radar maintenance and installation. That was, as the Arthurians would say, was my holy grail, learning and teaching. And I've been doing so since then, more than 60 years. Today, my role is to live my life as the original I have become and keep becoming, no matter what, provided what I do is more helpful than not. So that's my story. I'm reactivating my YouTube channel. There's more to come. This is Story Gordon, wishing you all the best in your quest for success, whatever that turns out to be.